Thank you. As some of you know, I represent a large number of taxicab companies, including the largest ones, the Yellow Cab and Lone Star. I was here with the Transportation Subcommittee. There were certain questions asked. I hope that each of you received emails with a package of information. If not, we have additional copies we can get to you. One of the issues, and I only have a minute, is responsibility for compliance. And while the TNC ordinance may say that the drivers are supposed to comply with, for example, 46.2, the actual obligations are not the same. 46.17 has historically required the taxicab companies to be responsible that their drivers comply with the ordinances and laws. The mobile dispatch service ordinance that you guys entered a year and a half ago, the council put into effect, 4611.1, makes mobile dispatch services responsible for the drivers and the vehicles that those drivers use to whom they dispatch trips. The TNC regulations do not make, as proposed by the ARA, do not make the TNC company responsible.
Thank you, sir. Your time has expired.
Councilman Kubash.
One of the questions I had yesterday was if these transportation network companies are operating here in the city of Houston currently illegally. But I heard that some of the insurance carriers said they would not cover them if they were in an illegal operation. So if they're operating right now, and there's people going to come and testify that they're operating and doing this right now illegally, does their insurance, is it in effect? I know you're a lawyer, but you may not know that about insurance.
We've provided about a half a dozen copies of insurance indications from insurance companies say they will cover 24/7, even the part-time drivers. Each and every one of them said they will not cover, you're correct, people who drive illegally. As I understand it, Uber has alleged that James River is an exception to that. I don't know. I've never talked directly to James River. I will tell you, though, that the contract provides an exception. It is a breach of the driver contract with Uber if they are not properly licensed and if they don't have the proper insurance. So, from a legal standpoint, if the James River wanted to get out of it, no.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Are you done with your question, Councilman Green?
Thank you, and thank you, Mr. Hill, for all your work on this. Appreciate it. You were making a distinction with regard to the TNC ordinance versus the existing ordinance. Can you kind of just explain that to me? If there's a tweak in the provision, we need to know about it.
The language, if you look at 4611.1 in the existing ordinance, where you looked at how it was rewritten and carried over to the proposed new ordinance for mobile dispatch services, 46453A, you will see it is precisely transposed, meaning that those mobile dispatch services continue to have that obligation, same as taxi cabs. You will not see that.
What is the obligation?
The obligation is that as a company, as a dispatch service or as a taxi cab, the company themselves is responsible to make sure that the drivers with whom they affiliate is responsible for compliance with all the ordinances. That would include 46-2.
And so are you saying that each individual, are you saying that there would be no responsibility on the individual for each one of those? Because as the way my understanding of
Need a motion to extend.
the issue
One moment, Councilman. Favoring, opposed, motion carries.
So is the so are you saying that it's not on? So there's the liability doesn't fall to Uber and Lyft, that it only, as it is written now, only falls on the individual driver? Is that what you're saying?
Precisely.
Okay. Thank you.
Councilman Robinson.
Thank you, Chair. Sir, I think you're the one yesterday who introduced the concept of the redlining to our body. I wonder if you had a chance to locate that map in your source. Are we going to see that today?
I did. I have extra copies with me. Each of you should have received an email package that had the actual email from Uber to its drivers in Houston. I also have an expert report that attaches a copy, so you should have it. If not, there's a copy right there if everybody wants it.
Thank you. I see them coming around. I know an earlier piece from Congressman Washington talked about west of 59. I don't think that was exactly correct, but perhaps you could maybe describe the area that you're talking about.
The area.
Motion to extend.
Favoring, opposed, motion carries.
The area is essentially the central downtown district. It is west of 59 in certain portions, east of 59 other portions. It basically is the Rice Village area up to I-10, west of the Galleria, Tagwell, and slightly to the west of 610 and downtown, what we consider to be the affluent hotspots in Houston.
Gotcha, and we've got